All right. Today is very a typically unusual Sunday afternoon. Usually, Sunday afternoons are spent going out for lunch with families in the cities, in the restaurants. But today, a couple of us are here at the base of the Shadri Mountains, soaked in rain, bitten by a couple of insects, poked by thorns. So, I'm actually really excited for this sort of a panel that has assembled because it's a good mix of bunch. So instead of me introducing who I'm here with, I let the people do the job. So guys, if you can quickly tell us who you are, what is your background, and what got you here today, that'll be a good start to this conversation. So maybe
Okay.
you can start, ma'am.
So I'm Deepa Kapoor, and I'm the former principal of one of the leading schools in Hyderabad. I've just, taken a sabbatical, and here I am on this particular beautiful trek with a bunch of wonderful people. And yes, we've had a wonderful afternoon and a morning, as you said.
Great, a great place to be during your sabbatical.
Yes.
So yeah, sir.
Um, my name is Behlah Badri, and I had a school in Mumbai in Marol. So basically, I'm here to explore what can my children explore because I feel real learning happens in this wet and uh, pachwala areas and stuff. So I'm trying to navigate the unknown. So that's also one of the things. But I truly feel that you have to give exposure to kids to nature, to hardship, to learn better. Yeah, that's what I do.
Got it. And Nehal, you want to speak a bit about yourself?
So I'm Nehal. I'm into trekking and mountaineering mainly, and for me, experiential learning is something that is very close to my heart. I think it brings the best and the worst out of people. The best way to, in fact, get to know someone is to, in fact, take them out in the outdoors and expose them to themselves, not just to the nature. Um, I've seen the outdoors impact people so deeply that people actually end up quitting their jobs, or I've seen people hug a tree and in fact even cry. A 64-year-old man, in fact. So yes, I think that's how deep the outdoors impact people.
Great. Maybe I'll quickly talk about myself and then we'll get the conversation rolling. I'm Raghava. I'm 26 years old, trying to navigate the unknown in this journey of life. And outdoors and education has been something very close to my heart. And I think that is the very theme of this conversation today. Us being the outdoorsy people in our 20s. And on the other side, we have two people who've been in the education sector in India for a really, really long time. I'm guessing more than 2 decades each or more. So to start off the conversation, I'd like to hear from both of you as to what your essence has been as the principals or the teachers that you've been. What is the essence of this education experience been like?
So you're talking about experience, giving students experience through the outdoors. Is it
No,
that?
just the essence of being an educator in India in the context that you've taught or you've
Okay.
led the school in.
Okay. Okay. So, see, we come from sometimes very conservative thought processes of teachers and educators, and to get people out of their thinking, the routine thinking, that education can happen only in classrooms. That itself is a mindset that needs a shift. And the more exposure you give to educators, I think that is the crux of it, to get first the educators out to make them understand that there is a possibility of exploration outside of classrooms, which can be much more impactful to children and much more deeper, and which stays with children for a lifetime than inside the class. And I know and I believe that each and every topic that we actually dwell with in the classrooms or through textbooks can be actually made exploratory, through outdoor classes. So, I mean, there is no limit to the teaching that can take place. It's all about the mindset. It is all about getting people to understand that there is much more to learning than the very conventional one that we generally stick on to just because it makes our life easy. So it is more about, I think, getting the educators first, to that mindset to say that syllabus really doesn't matter. It has to be, what the children learn beyond. In fact, I know of somebody who had said that, learning outcomes should be just disbanded. You don't need learning outcomes. If you let the children play on their own, be on their own, and explore on their own, you will see that learning is there
Mhm.
in some form or the other. So yeah, I think that is, I think, the greatest thing for me as an educator, that I want to give that exposure to children at all times.
Got
Yeah.
it. Badri sir?
I think practically just said everything.
Mhm.
So I like that one thing, that it's easy for us to navigate. Go to the classroom, sit for 35 minutes, give gyan, um, finish your syllabus standards, and then expect that um, we'll have like kids who, or people who will actually know how to run life, which doesn't happen. So I think every time when I meet people, I ask these silly questions, that did the classroom teaching help you? Did geography help you? Did math help you? So that's reinforcing myself again and again. But I really don't know what the fine balance is, because that is also important. So yeah, that's what I am navigating right now.
Got it.
To It's neither here or here there.
Mhm.
It has to be a fine balance. That's what I feel. It's not only about outdoors. It's about giving them real life experiences. Push them to, like, get themselves dirty, put their hands in, and that's what.
And how old do you think a child should be when he or she is at, you know, um, given this particular exposure of being in the outdoors? How old should a child be when the parents should actually be okay with them going in the outdoors and experiencing the world out there?
I think when the child is sent to school at 3, that's where I feel we can start. Of course, at that level, but yeah.
One question or challenge I've always faced in this theme of outdoor education is that I do not particularly see any skills or like on paper any learnings that I can take away and apply in real life job. Like if I sign up for a AI course, right, it'll probably end up giving me a job and a stable income and all of that. Um, could both of you possibly highlight a couple of these elements that cannot be learned in a classroom or a textbook setup that is going to add value to these kids and shape their lives
Through outdoors.
through outdoors, yeah, where everything is unstructured informal learning, because here we do not follow a curriculum, right? We didn't even follow a certain trail today. We just wandered into the unknown. So it's a common question parents ask, or people who are opting for alternative education wonder, how do we still find that balance? So what kind of what are these things that kids or people actually can learn which they are unable to in a conventional setup?
See, you know, I mean, I wonder how that question would have come up also. That how is it that what kind of learning, as you said, can emerge out of outdoors or experiential learning. So it is more about making the child do to realize that that exists.
Mhm.
So when you have that hands-on learning, as we say, for example, here you have a paddy field. For children to know how farmers, sustain, live, how, that food comes on the plate. It's such a beautiful thing to start from here, to get the children to sow paddy, on their own, and then, for them to see, okay, how it grows. In fact, you don't need to even come here. Maybe in a school setup itself, create a small paddy farm, a very small thing, and let children explore that entire, the evolution that happens of how it comes onto the plate then. So there's so many things you can teach children through that. It is about the quantity that would emerge out of possibly that particular small patch of crop that children would do. It is about, sustainability, that you can't waste food. It could be, what is it that you can make out of the husk? What is it that you can make out of the grass and the leftover that is there? So there's so many ways in which teaching can happen. So it is never about that you think that there is no learning. I mean, also think about the other aspect of teamwork, the collaboration that children will be doing on their own, the teacher facilitating that entire thing. So I think there's loads of learning. I mean, there's no way that there's no way there's no learning. A child walks from here to the market to get something, there is a learning there. So each
I,
and every step is a learning step.
yes, I think what I meant by learning is like a certain um, ability or like a degree or something that can
It's a
get
life
them a job.
skill.
Exactly.
It's a life skill.
Yeah.
It cannot be maybe quantified, but then the quality of life that the child may lead over the years, and what you talk about, finally you want a good person, right? You want a person who understands the good, bad, ugly. Basically you're looking for that, right? So yeah, that's my answer.
Got it.
I feel if you want to make kids do exactly what you tell them to do, send them to school. That's what Britishers wanted us to do. Assembly line, ye karo. If you want them to, I personally feel if you want to become service minded, school is a good thing. If you want to become business minded, then this school is a good thing. It's not only about outdoors. Again, I'm saying it's,
Exactly.
and I don't agree with you when you said that there's no syllabus, so there was no standard. There was rules given, there was a system that was given, but it was for you to explore. You do it your way, I do it my way. So that's
Yeah, see, learning has to be structured. You need to have a structure to that learning, and let the children explore then. Until and unless you don't put the structure to the plan, then it may not really work out.
Like, yeah, today how we came here, we looked at the map, we learned how to read the map, we looked at our end goal where we have to reach. From there to the waterfall, everyone was doing it by themselves, but there was still a certain aspect of safety. So yes, there was a protocol that was being ensured, but everyone was actually free to explore the place by themselves, and I think that's how it should be, right? So
Got it. So, if I may ask, what is this? Because again, Badri sir has been mentioning that it always need not be outdoors. Outdoors, it is the approach towards learning that is more important. That is what I. That is the essence I think I'm getting out of this. So, if I may ask, what is this missing link uh, that this essence of learning that we've been talking about for the past couple of minutes is not we're not able to completely give that in school, in a typical school system. You, is it is it the is it the shortcoming of the system itself, the teachers, the parents, or what are, if you can highlight a couple of these things, I think for the viewers or for us it'll be a good place for us to like ponder as to, okay, there is something wrong, but where is it? How can we negotiate that?
So,
I was mentioning to one of my friends yesterday that one of my good friends, who is a very passionate math lover, he said that in India, if you want to change education, you should change the assessment system, because what you asked right now, right, that these things cannot get you into a job or something, because you need those paper wala qualification degrees, but these things don't give you that degrees. So I don't know when will that shift come, that this is also counted as your on your resume. I've done 10 hikes. That's
Yeah.
so yeah, that's the thing that I'm
So it's assessment is one thing that you
one
mentioned. One
thing that
of the
I've
things.
yeah,
Makes sense. Yeah.
because ultimately parents also right now, if you do everything, ultimately exam mein kya karega, how will that
Yes, that question always comes up. Yeah. Sweet.
yeah. So, in my school, we used to do a lot of project-based learning,
Mm-hmm.
and
so this is, sorry I'm interrupting you, but this is what education should be also.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to finish your lesson plan, stop if the child is doing something else,
yeah,
change to that, then come back to your topic.
right. Yes. So, as Sir has been saying that it's not necessary you have to be here like this in the outdoors. It can happen through in school,
Yeah.
very much in school. So there are various topics we would do. Where children are exposed to different hands-on learning, where they themselves they ideate, they come up with their own project plan,
Mm-hmm.
and then they do the design work, and then they present it also. So when you do that, that entire process that happens where children are working in a collaborative team, they are planning out what needs to be done. So one of them, like I said, was about where does
Your garbage.
the garbage go from,
Mm-hmm.
where does the garbage from your classroom go?
Mm-hmm.
So there's so much of education that went behind that entire project, from going to landfills also, from going to plastic factories also, to understand, to some GHMC places, or people to speak to them too. So there's so much of education that can happen otherwise also,
Correct.
and you can make a very dry topic also interesting
Interesting.
through a project.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, uh, see, it's just a ways and means of doing it, and as I said, it's just about empowering teachers, getting away from that thought of syllabus completion.
Mm-hmm.
That is so important, I feel.
Sweet.
And yeah, yeah, that's it.
Cool.
Last thing that I want to say, that one other thing I think you must have noticed, I'm noticing for myself right now, that I don't say that I've learned this in this class or in this school or in this college. I've learned this from this friend or this professional or this thing. Uh, that's, I think learning is more of modeling. So when I see you guys right now, uh, you are so passionate about your thing, doing things. So the people who are with you are definitely going to be,
Gonna
Absolutely.
rub onto them.
yeah.
So just to summarize, I think most of us have sort of limited the idea of learning to the scope of, okay, if I'm learning, if I am with a teacher, I'm learning if I am reading something, I'm learning if I am solving a question paper. So I think that is a big shift all of us have to make as individuals. And I think that's the starting point of what could possibly be a lifelong process of learning. And I'd just like to ask one last question so that we have takeaways for the people who will be watching this. So I think the three main parties in a education system is the parents themselves, the students, and the teachers. So if you could give one takeaway for each of them, and it need not be about outdoors, or it need not be about education. I think at the end of the day, or we're looking at nurturing the right kind of mindset in our kids. If there is a takeaway you could give to like each of these set of people, I think that'll benefit whoever's listening
For the
the
teachers
best.
and parents,
Yeah.
maybe, and I would want to give this credit to Miss Kiranbir Sethi, the principal of the Riverside School at Ahmedabad. She says in one of her talks that we take the child in school at 3 and they're there till 15, 16. We're taking the prime years of a child, putting them in schools. There's a lot of responsibility on us. We should give them all that we can. That's what.
Absolutely.
For parents should trust the teachers. Teachers should be empowered to do, and they should be paid the highest salary.
And just one more thing to add, because you mentioned parents should trust the teachers. I feel the parents should also trust their kids, because in a lot of situations and in my own life, I've seen how decision making was always up to the adults, right? They, it's usually the common notion is that, oh, he's just a kid, he doesn't know much. Even me as an educator, I sort of realize that, oh, I am being too overprotective, or I'm trying to act as a person who knows better than them. So I think if that sort of freedom, or that sense of freedom is given to that child, I think that is a huge boost in their own self esteem. They can make mistakes, they might not reach the goal, they might not reach the waterfall, but in the process, they'll learn something which it's through their own capacity, and that's very fulfilling for an individual. So yeah.
Yeah. So for students, I would say grab each opportunity and develop the right attitude. Because somewhere down the line, it is your attitude that matters more than your aptitude. I have seen that. Two is for the parents, stop being helicopter parents. Let the child be, and give them uh, their their time to grow. Don't take away uh, all the time for these activities, that activities. Give them that. Let them get bored. That also. And for the teachers, be in this profession if you really believe in it. Otherwise, don't.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're just ruining children. That's it.
Those were some really heavy words and also very insightful. For us, it's been an amazing opportunity. Me and Nihal don't realize it, but just spending these past 2 days with uh, the staff and the administration of Hasanat High School and Deepa ma'am herself, we never felt that um, thing that, oh, these guys are principals. Like for me, when the if I was in 10th grade and the word principal comes to my mind, I'm like, I'm going to the principal's office for the wrong reason. But just spending these 2 days with these folks was immensely insightful, amazing, and it was just so natural. So I am full of gratitude to the both of you and the rest of the folks whom we are here with. It was just so nice to spend the Saturday, Sunday.
We should do this again soon.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah. Any closing thoughts? No. All right. Thank you so much. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
it's time for lunch.
Thank you. Thank you very much.